Order the regular meeting of the Clay Township Board for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013 at 6:04 p.m. Next up is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes from our January 22nd annual meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes.
I second.
Any discussion?
I don't have any.
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hearing unanimously carries. Next up is approval of minutes from the March 12th, 2013 regular board meeting.
I move for adoption or
I
approval.
I second that.
Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. That is approved. Any public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to the action item of this meeting, resolution number 2013-04-23-01, amending resolution number 2012-06-26-03, authorizing township investment policy. Doug.
Last year, we did this investment resolution. However, since last year, there's been some changes in the laws allowing us to try to recover some of our investments through interest. And one of the changes is now we can move it from, instead of just having it for 2 years, we can invest up to 5 years. And so down below there, this would go till April 23 of 2017 unless we change it down the road again. And the second item there is it also allows you to invest only 25% of the township's total portfolio for a period of in excess of the 2 years. Okay, so in other words, what they're saying is they don't want you to tie your money up, then you wouldn't be able to get it out. Well, the way we've got it set up anyway, we can get all of our money back at the drop of a hat. It's not tied up to where we would have to wait a few days, you know. We can spend even our liquidity management account, we've got a now account, and then we've got the liquidity management account, which is where most of our money is. If we need to take it all out right now, I can call the bank and say, sweep it back, we need the money now. So it's not a problem from our standpoint. But that's why I brought this back to you to get your approval before the State Board of Accounts come in this year. But anyway, that's the purpose.
For the record, this is what Carl explained to us at the last meeting.
That's correct. That's
all it does is allow 25% of our investment to be for 5 years, which just gets us a better rate, and we can get it out just as quickly as we could before.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I move for adoption of this action item.
I second it.
Any discussion?
No, I think we had that last month.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, resolution carries. Next up is the information items regarding the historic McShane House. It was purchased from Indiana Landmarks by a private.
Very good. Yeah, there's Catherine Deal. I spoke to her. She's the director of the Carmel Clay Historic Society, and she sent out an email which I've given to the three of you. But just to add a few things, it's a family from Fishers. She didn't tell me their name, but they have 3 children. They bought the house from the Landmarks, the Indian Landmark organization. And on Saturday, the main purpose of this, on Saturday, May 4th, from about 10 to 2 p.m., they're going to be helping that family clean up the property. They're going to go inside and tear out some of the old carpet, do some painting, just kind of help clean it up to make it look nicer. If you went by there yet, if you have passed by there recently, they have actually taken out some of the bushes and trees. But they're going to help clean the property up. They want to invite the public, anybody from the public that would like to help out. They want that out. One little problem there's no restroom, there's no running water in there yet. So, there's no restroom, so if you show up, make sure you go to the restroom before you
You can walk right up to the Monon Center.
or, yeah, that's correct.
Or the township building.
Or the township building, that's correct. So anyway, we wanted to get that out to the community if anybody's interested in helping. Again, it's Saturday, May 4th from about 10 until 2.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna suggest that you contact King of Glory Lutheran. I think you've been working with them, and they take on special projects over here, and they might be very interested in helping with that, Doug.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can contact them.
Did you cover the time? Because I wasn't in the email. I did.
10 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 to 2, I'm sorry, yeah.
And it says, a follow-up email said the property owners would have a to-do list as well.
Yeah. I'm just really glad that somebody saved.
Absolutely.
That's
sure.
really big for this community.
Why don't they do a story in the newspaper in the Current about it? That people can come and help that day.
That's a good point. I'll even contact Steve Greenberg there about it. We'll get it in the paper next Tuesday.
That'd be great.
Any financial questions?
I don't have any.
I have none.
Any comments from the board?
Well, goodness sakes, I like to see a meeting that's well planned out and run. I think this has been that. We knew what we were going to do, and we've gotten it done in prime time. But we do invite other people to come and just be a part of the meeting. We'd love to have some others here, seeing what we do and commenting as we go along. So we encourage the public to join us when they can.
Any announcements?
Yeah, I've got a couple. You guys asked me last time about the fire chief attending one of our meetings.
Yes.
Could not attend tonight, but he has been put on his agenda or his schedule to be at our June meeting. And our next meeting is on June 25th. That's our big night of the grantees that will be showing up to give you that information. Just as a reminder, June 25th, August 27th, October 8th or the 22nd, and December the 10th are our next meeting. We're doing it every other month.
Give it to us again.
June 25th, August 27th, October 8th or the 22nd. I want to do it on the 8th, but just both those days, I'll let you know later on how we're doing on. But I prefer the 8th. That's what I'm hoping to do it at. And then December the 10th.
Now, in giving out those days, there should be some in there that we're working on the budget. Do you know what those days are?
August the 27th is a budget hearing.
With the city?
Oh, no. That's in July usually. But we haven't, they let us know when they're going to do that, and I will let you know when they do that. And then if you guys, anybody wants to attend, they can, okay? Our part of the budget is only with the fire department and the parks, okay? And I think the parks was the big issue, okay? But anyway, our portion of their budget is about 2.96%, both of them. Other than the parks, we're a lot more involved with them on the parks than just the budget of 2.96. Okay, but that's what we pay the general fund for both those departments. But that's usually in July, and I will let you know later on that. June, like I say, August 27th is a budget hearing, and then October the 8th or the 22nd will be our adoption. I'd like to do it on the 8th, so if something comes up, we can move it to the 22nd, but just put question marks on the 8th and the 22nd, okay?
And on the 25th, we're giving out grants, or we're hearing what
No,
they want for next year?
they're gonna be bringing you information about the grants for 2014.
Requests.
Yeah, the requests, right.
And that request form's online, correct?
Right, that's
And
all
they all
online.
have to bring them?
And what I do is people that have received grants from us or funds from us, I will be sending them out a letter next month, just reminding them that if they are interested, that they will need to be attending the June 25th board meeting to make their presentation to you. Okay? I will tell you right now that all the grants have been sent out as far as for 2013. Everybody's received their money. We've got all the contracts signed and everything. except for the 4-H. The Carmel schools are having a little trouble with the 4-H program. It's a combination of the leader and not very many people interested in doing it as far as doing the 4-H programs. So they right now, we still have the money ourselves. I think it's $6,000. I told them it would be in there until the end of the year. Okay, so if they decide to pick it up, and what I told them, even because I know it was really important to you folks in the past, I told them what I would even do for one more year is we could go ahead and put it in a line item, you know, of $6,000 for 2014 in case they would do it. You know, now if you guys don't want me to do that when we get down to the budget, I will remind you when we get to the budget.
Well, I think we need to see who else supplies, what the needs are, and if there are just a few people for the 4-H, it might not balance out as that.
And something else, I don't know if you noticed in the current that came out today.
Haven't seen it.
The grants, they have all the city of Carmel's art grants.
Are they cut?
It's $700,000 total for all and right now they've got it on hold. So some of those people don't even know if they're going to get the money or not. It just depends. Some of the council people would like to just delay it a little bit, give it to them later to make sure everything else balances out. But you know, and there's some that we give to, so that's on the list. So, you know,
I've had some questions about our criteria and how it relates to what the township board is meant to be, and how we got to the point where we're giving out a certain percentage of money for the grant. So I think it might be a good thing to review that as to how that decision was made to do that and why we're doing it.
okay. Trying to think, maybe Paul, you and Mary were here before I was when they came to that conclusion. When I came on board is when we started all the paperwork, all the contracts and all of the grants. You can get online and fill out your grant and then email it to us or fax it to us or send it to us. And we got all that in line, I know, after I came on.
Well, that was done.
Right now it was, I think when I came on, it was like 150,000.
Yep.
And just this year's 250.
Well,
and that was
based,
main one because we sold the CLLC up there.
right.
So we had, you know, that extra money. You know, I expect we should at least have 200 this year. You know, I don't think it'll drop any more than that.
That's allocated money that we decide to do from the budget. It's not excess money that's left over that's then diverted to that. That was one of the questions.
Wait, repeat that again?
Well, we're allocating a certain amount of money to do
Right,
it.
right.
That comes into the budget.
Yeah.
The question was, they wondered if it was extra money that we didn't need, that the taxpayers were paying, that were going, you know, to the grants.
Well, I think the big reason they even started doing the grants is more for township assistance, from the township assistance part. Since we do township assistance, there are organizations out there that we help to allow these underprivileged people, kids and adults to come into their system and help them pay for it.
Well, we know that, but apparently some
Yeah.
of the people in the community just want to be re-educated as to what the process is and the criteria that we're using in order to decide which grant, if, you know, like, shoot, the
Well, I mean,
dance club, yeah.
and that is up, okay, I see what you're saying. You're asking what the criteria is.
So that they know the difference between what comes under poor relief and what comes under,
Well, there's,
Dad's Club isn't poor relief. Now, I'm not picking on Dad's Club, but that was the question, and I just thought it was
but what the
something we should
Dad's
explain.
Club does, what they do is they will allow kids to come into their system and play and not charge them at all.
See,
You know, that can't afford it if they
It's
can't
just
afford it.
education, that's
And
what I'm asking
You
for.
know, and that's what a lot of these organizations are too, is if you can't afford to come and play with us or whatever they're doing, then they will allow them by giving them a grant or a scholarship or whatever. The exchange program is that way.
Right.
You know, it allows kids that wouldn't have been able to go to Japan or whatever without our assistance.
The way I look at it is, from my point of view, my personal point of view is it needs to meet one of three things: healthcare, assistance, or education. And it has to benefit people within Clay Township. Those are the things I look at.
Absolutely, and the other distinction, and we were hinting around at this, a couple of years ago, we defined what we were, as a township, responsible for, those exact definitions, and
Right.
what the city was willing to assist for. And those are generally the arts, theater, drama, and those types of organizations. And there's a distinction, and nobody can double dip anymore. It's a fairly well-defined line, but to your point, in June, when these applicants come back, we need to redefine that. We need to explain it once again so nobody's confused. And whatever the city wants to do with their support organizations, that's one thing, and then we'll decide what we want to do.
One thing I want to point out on the, nobody said anything to me, but I'm sure people have thought it, about the arts thing, the arts grants we gave out last year. Well, the Civic Theater was for education and for the elderly. The Carmel Community was is a not-for-profit that's been in Carmel since 1990 and kind of has never asked for money before, and educates their students or their players in it.
They have a special night that they have as a preview performance and invite all the nursing homes and the kids and everything, and it's gratis to the people that come to that performance before they open a show.
So we're not acting as producers funding shows.
Right,
We're
correct.
enabling the community to get out there, and there are.
Well, and you proved that by the Indiana Actors Association.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We
Where you
mixed
didn't
them.
give them anything because they wanted to spend it on salaries.
Right.
And, you stuck to your guns on that. So, I think there's a lot of thought that you three put into this when you go to give money out. And, I basically I give you the amount, what we're able to give, and then you guys take it from there. And I think we've got a good system myself. I honestly do. We've helped out a lot of organizations that probably wouldn't be floating now if it wasn't for the township.
No, I agree. I just felt that we needed to clearly define it, not only to the general public, but also to the groups on why we're supporting them. Just education again, as a reminder.
That's a good idea. So anyway, that's as far as the announcements. That was the other thing about the grants of 2014. They'll be here. Rebecca Smith from the Indian Landmark Association is going to be here tonight, but since they sold the house to the family, that we didn't have to worry about that. And I just want to make sure to remind you of the dates. I will let you know on July 4th. The attorney's here if you have any questions about the resolution. They've already approved it. So, but if there's anything that you
But
would like
thanks
to
for
say,
coming.
And I
Yeah.
apologize for being late, traffic was
It's okay. I was in the same boat.
It's raining.
that's it then.
With nothing else, we'll adjourn at 6:21.
We need to
If
have a
someone
motion.
would move for that.
I move we adjourn.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.